What are you proud of in your mental health journey? Chapter 3: Marriage but Alone. It's a strange thing, feeling alone while lying next to someone. The world assumes that if you're married, you're emotionally fulfilled, that you have someone to talk to, someone to lean on, someone who truly sees you. But for many men in midlife, that's far from reality. The marriage still exists. The roles are still intact: husband, father, provider. The house is shared, the bills are paid, the routines are followed. But something deeper is missing: the connection, the closeness, the warmth. Conversations become about logistics. Did you pick up the kids? What's for dinner? Don't forget the appointment tomorrow. The emotional intimacy, the thing that makes a partnership more than a practical arrangement, fades into the background. Many men in these situations suffer in silence. They don't complain. They don't bring it up. Because how do you even start that conversation? I feel invisible in my own marriage. I miss you even though you're right here. It feels like admitting failure. It feels like weakness. So instead, they withdraw. They retreat into work, into hobbies, into late-night scrolling or TV. Some develop unhealthy coping mechanisms: drinking too much, staying out longer, or emotionally shutting down. They tell themselves this is just how marriage works after years. That passion fades. That closeness is for the early days. That this is what being a grown-up looks like. But beneath that rationalization is a simple, heartbreaking truth: they feel profoundly lonely. And that loneliness is layered with confusion, guilt, and fear. Because they love their partners. They don't want to leave. They don't want anyone else. They just want to be seen again. To be heard. To be asked, "How are you really doing?" and to know the question comes from a place of genuine care. The irony is, their partners may be feeling the same thing. But neither side says it. The silence grows louder. The distance becomes habit. And both sides assume the other no longer needs or desires the connection. Vulnerability feels risky, especially for men conditioned to be the steady rock in the relationship. But vulnerability is the gateway to real closeness. It's the uncomfortable, often awkward door through which real reconnection can happen. Yes, it's scary to say, "I feel alone, even with you," but it's also honest. And that honesty might just be the crack in the wall that lets the light back in. Marriage doesn't guarantee emotional safety. It has to be cultivated, rebuilt, reimagined, especially in midlife when people evolve and life pressures can quietly erode intimacy. If you're married but feel alone, you're not a failure. You're human, and you deserve connection, real, soul-nourishing connection. It's not too late to rediscover that, but it starts with the courage to name what's missing, not to blame, not to shame, but to open the door. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, share our channel. Check out the next chapter of this audiobook.